Welcome back, everyone. So today we're taking a look at the Idris again. I want to thank Foxy Loxy for coming up with the idea of putting ballistics on there. So I went ahead and took that idea. I'll raise you attritions. So I went ahead and decided to put attritions across the board on here, at least for those turrets that can be swapped out. So there are 6 total guns that can be swapped out that are size 5, but there are 6 turrets with the dual guns. So those are all size 5. Now there are additionally, there's a front turret that's 2 size 7s. It's a dual size 7. You can see it kind of moving around out of the hangar there, but it can't be swapped out, or it can be, I think, but there's no 7s available in game. The the Ion and the Inferno probably, could, but I don't think those can come off. So I wasn't able to test that. However, on the front here, you can see there's a couple other turrets. Those are dual size 4s. So there are 4 size 4s as well, but those can't be swapped out. So I went ahead and took my Connie out and plopped on I went ahead and put all 12 attritions on here. So attrition for days. So it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. Now this first clip is a part of a patrol mission. I've really been enjoying those quite a bit. Unfortunately, it did get pulled from the most previous patch. Now I think it's back up today, but the most previous one, it was brought down for a little bit, so I wasn't able to test it a whole lot, but I was able to test it a couple patches ago. It's been pretty fun. I just wanted to kind of show the speed of laser repeaters. Now we're into full attritions here. You can see, you'll be able to see it's a little bit slower, not by a whole lot, but a little bit slower, but it cooks. So this is a constellation coming up on me, and by the time it basically gets to my ship, it's already dead. Similar situation with the hammerhead. I'm going to go ahead and turn about here to fight this hammerhead, and I'm able to, its shields are already down. At this point, it's just taking straight hull damage. It takes me a while to target it here, but you can see by the time I've targeted, the real shields are down, and I'm just doing straight hull damage to it, and the attritions will make quick work of this. I mean, comparatively, this is 2 Connies worth, as well as basically 2 Ions up front as well. Now, the Ions use cannons. This is more laser repeaters, so it's slightly different, but we're talking a lot of damage here from the Idris, so it's definitely a lot of fun. Now, I'm not using the mass driver here, but just in this swarming mission, it was pretty good to see how much damage can be done, especially to stuff like the hammerheads. And again, the turrets aren't even focused on the hammerhead. There's other ships around as well, because it is like a swarm attack. So this ship was made for this type of mission.
This is turning into a hell of a
and it was a fun scrap. So I'm looking forward to, after I'm done with this particular audio, I'm definitely going to go give that a try and do more of those missions. So the Corsairs, much like the Connies, don't last long. So that first one just came up on me. This one was already kind of under me. Once I turn around, it's a done deal. I love the server lag too. As it registers. So those 2 Corsairs come along with the, there's a Gladius as well. And then there's obviously the Polaris. This is the number 8 mission for a capital on capital. Well, I brought a capital. It's against a capital ship. In this case, it happens to be capital on capital because I brought my own capital ship. God, don't drink to the word capital during that whole sentence. That being said, it's meaningfully more damage. There's already parts flying off of the thing, but it's not so much so like you would have to have the attritions on here. It did shorten the fight. It's hard to tell by how much, because as you watch with these turrets, you'll see sometimes it's just gonna, like, some of the turrets are just gonna hit shielded areas of the, like right now the back shield is down, but they're not always shooting the back, and they're kind of potato aims as it is. So it's hard to get a real reference on how much, the Idris versus Polaris, how to really play out. Now, it definitely, it's an uphill battle, I think, for the Polaris. I did some testing, those torps, I'm not getting torp right now. Those torps do a lot of damage, as far as they can kill everything in the hangar in one torp if you get a good hit, and they can also roast components. So, don't count out the Polaris. Like I said, if you can roast the Idris's shields, that's half the battle, at least. I mean, that's a meaningful damage when there's 2 shields already going on. So roasting those shields with the torpedoes is not, it's not nothing, but you still need 12 to 13 torpedoes and actually actively kill the whole Idris. So it's a lot of work to be done. It's an uphill battle for the Polaris, especially when there's so much shielding and so much weaponry already currently available on the Idris. So I definitely been enjoying that M quite a bit. It's unfortunate to see how expensive it is in a package at this point to get a hold of it, whereas obviously I wasn't playing the game back when it was sold originally. I was alive, but I just wasn't really following the project back then. Would love to see it brought up again as a possible selling tactic. What, doesn't CIG like money? Don't they want to make money? Anyways, I don't think they will, but it would be cool to see it. Maybe we're on Squadron 42 time, allow a limited number of M's to go back out. But once you get behind the Polaris, and assuming you get that shield down, you can keep that shield down, you're going to be able to make pretty quick work of it, unfortunately for the Polaris. So there it goes. Easy money, easy life. Now I picked up my original Idris in Crusader, so when I went to Area 18, they actually had the Idris again, the same mission. So I went ahead and took it, and we're having a little Idris versus Idris fight. So this was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, this mission's a little bit bugged. So the pilot is Xenothreat, so at some point towards the end of this fight, it just stops moving. But it was fun either way. Obviously, I have a mass driver, and he has a mass driver, and he does his best to get some hits on me, and I get more hits on him than he does me. I was going to kill him either way, but it's unfortunate towards the end there. It just potatoes out. I like to think the driver on their side, the pilot, decided to Alt F4 or backspace his character. That's basically what happened. He was dead, so we couldn't carry on the fight anymore. It was a done deal. But I was already well ahead anyways in this particular fight, Idris versus Idris. A lot of that had to do with my shots being on target more, not necessarily just the attritions, but I think the attrition obviously offers more DPS compared to what he brought to bear. So it's a couple shots once he gets on top of me and is able to face me, that he tries to get a couple shots at me, and those are pretty fun as well. I definitely like that mass driver. It's unfortunate that you can't get that. The K kit should be pretty fun though, because I'm limited obviously on how many shots. I think there's 18 shots. So it's unfortunate to run out of ammo, but so I am looking forward to, if I can get a hold of the Idris P and the K kit, I'm looking forward to that laser cannon. So here we go with his first shot. Love that sound too. If it's now, obviously you can't actually hear space sound, so that's kind of funny. But he'll do another shot here in a second. That one's not as cool. Doesn't have the same audio, but yeah, I didn't want to capture every time he did that. And he did get some shots on me. Just to get some of these cinematic views, I end up kind of stopping my ship, and that's where he gets most hits on me. Is when I'm like trying to get the shot. I have to be mindful too that like I'm limited to 18 shots. He is not. I mean, when you're fighting an NPC, they have unlimited ammo, so. I don't want to give them all day. That's part of the reason too. I did kind of pull away and let my shields regenerate from time to time on this fight as well. I think this whole fight was somewhere in the order, is less than 20 minutes, but it was closer to 20 minutes than it was, I think, to 15. So that's even considering the fact that he potatoed out eventually. So yeah, but a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I really wish it kept moving. Later patches probably they'll hopefully get that fixed. Because it makes it too easy to kind of take the Idris over as well. Although I've been enjoying that, obviously, because I keep playing with the Idris. But later on here, I'll get some more shots at the mass driver, and we'll get to see. You can see his hole's not as red as I thought it'd be. So here we are. You can see it charging up as it turns blue. I didn't like that shot as much, so I went ahead and did a little bit more. We're going to share slap to slap right here. You can see it charging up in blue. And then he'll do the same and hit me with it. This is like a slap fight here. And then here in another second, you'll be able to see it charge up again, get another shot on me, and you can see the blue as it charges up. Because I am trying my best to hold it for the charge up time to get it out. So, yeah, I decided that wasn't the best way of my time, though. Again, I'm limited on ammo, whereas he is not. So I don't want to sit there and do that all day. But you'll see, unfortunately, here in a bit, he'll also potato out, and it'll just be me shooting at him, and it'll finish up the mission that way. But hope you all have been enjoying this content. Let me know what other testing you might want to see from the Idris that I might be able to do from my end. Now that it's in the game, at least temporarily with this mission. I hope they keep it in for a while. I mean, hopefully it's a mission we get to keep access to. The patrols shouldn't be going away in these ambush missions, so it's possible it might just stay. They may swap it out with the Polaris after Fleet Week or something, but for now I've really been enjoying getting access to the Idris-M and trying it out. That definitely makes me want to look closer at the K and the P. Obviously Idris P doesn't interest me a whole lot, but the Idris K, the K kit that would have to go along with the P does. I do have the Kraken, so I thought the Kraken wouldn't be that big a deal, but honestly it's got quite a few guns on it. Like, I don't expect to do this kind of fighting with the Kraken, but maybe it can be done. It's hard to say. So you can see the pilot in here is super dead. So I don't know if the other team actually kills him or not. It seems like maybe they do, but maybe he just dies automatically too. It's hard to say. But for whatever reason, it just potatoes out. So I'm trying to shoot the turrets here, but it doesn't matter. This ship's already dead, and so at this point, it's just finishing it up officially. Anyways, yeah, thank you all for checking out the video. I appreciate those taking time to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below, again, if you want me to see anything else in the Idris for me to test out. But I appreciate all your support. Catch y'all next time. Peace.